During this season, when the climate has changed and there is food all around, the animals get ready to bring their young into the world. And during the weeks immediately after the first rains, the different species come into heat and breed. Among the Kori bustards, the males mark out their territories and begin a strange courtship ritual which consists of inflating air sacs on their necks while emitting a booming guttural sound. Their swollen necks and the dull sounds are intended to attract the attention of the females while warning off other males who, as in this case, try to take over a territory which is someone else's domain. Among the antelopes, only the dominant males can breed with the females, and to occupy that position, you have to beat the others in face-to-face combats, so hopeful males gather together in groups and permanently practice. These are not real fights. The young Grant's gazelles are simply testing out their strength and keeping in shape until the time when they believe they are capable of challenging the ruler of a harem. And the process is the same with the impala males. Not far from where the young males are training, a dominant impala stands watch over his group of females. There is a possible challenger nearby, and it is time to make absolutely clear who is the strongest male. Under the watchful eye of the females, the males clash. But the conflict does not have serious consequences. After the initial confrontation, the challenger realizes his time has not yet come, and before the combat turns serious, he retires uninjured. Among the oryxes, the groups are mixed and highly structured. The horns and the strength of these antelopes mean that clashes are extremely risky exercises, which could cause terrible injuries or even death. But in the groups of oryxes, where there is a clear hierarchy of males and females, the dominant position is decided by ritualized combats in which they test their strength, but avoid serious aggression. In the herds, breeding is also decided by the hierarchy. Each one knows what it can aspire to depending on its status within the group. So in the same herd, different couples can mate without this creating any conflict among them. For the secretary birds, too, the mating season has arrived. The same couple that was looking for insects shortly after the first rains is now preparing its nest. Though both animals engage in this task, it is essentially the male that collects the branches, while the female arranges them on the flat top of an acacia, creating an enormous circular nest, characteristic of this species. During this time, the secretary birds are attentive and affectionate with their mates, courting them on the ground, in flight and in the nest. And shortly afterwards, in a way ornithologists have still not been able to describe, they mate. They lay no more than 3 extremely valuable eggs.